1952, 7 years after the end of the Second World War, a secret meeting took place in an old castle in the not very known town of Wassenaar in the Netherlands between German, Israeli and Jewish Claims Conference representatives. The negotiation was about the so-called in German Wiedergutmachung or Shilumim in Hebrew, in a sense reparations, indemnification, compensation in the aftermath of the Holocaust. These talks were secretive, they were difficult, they were painful in many ways, but I am drawn to research this and to talk about the legacy of the negotiations as well as their history, because they fundamentally marked a change in many ways. Until that time, reparations were negotiated in the wake of wars between the victors and the vanquished, but this was the very first negotiation of reparations in the aftermath of mass human rights abuses, crimes against humanity, and genocide. At the time, there was no legal mechanism that forced Germany to sit down and negotiate with the Israelis or the Jewish Claims Conference representatives, but there was enough political will from all sides to make sure that negotiations would go on and that they would continue and that they would ultimately lead to a groundbreaking agreement. The Federal Republic of Germany agreed to pay 3 billion German marks to the State of Israel and 450 million German marks to the Jewish Claims Conference. The legacy of that agreement on legal frameworks and political discussions today is quite evident. In the document in the aftermath of the genocide in Rwanda, in current day discussions in the United States, for example, about the legacy of slavery, the case of the German reparations is explicitly mentioned. It is always important to sit down and confront the legacy of a very difficult and problematic past, to think about ways to move on in the future, whatever that might mean.